Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm basically making this video to give you guys, I don't know what the word is, some thoughts on what should be done about next year's WCS system, and this one's a very simple proposal. I think you all will approve of it. It may or may not be arguable, but here we go. No more looking at my pretty face. Going to scene one. So here's basically what I've thought of with basically everything that's come up with the past WCS NA, WCS EU, WCS Korea. I don't. The problem is they just made too many problems. I feel, rather than they did contributions. But this is something that I think can help everyone. We make a fourth WCS region for WCS 2014, and I think this is a very simple concept, and I think everyone can agree by it. Now, question is, why would we make a fourth WCS region? And that is for globalization, basically making sure that we have players from all over the globe willing to play StarCraft 2 in a competitive environment, and basically try and make every single country worldwide, or at least if not every single country, every country that it's possible to have an esports scene that is more or less similar to that of the Korean scene. I know very few places where that's actually possible, but I mean, this is for the sake of equality as well, just making sure that everybody gets a fair shot, everybody gets a fair chance at this one. But in reality, this is basically what I've got. So the question is, what would we do for this fourth region? Well, basically, the advantage with this is we would have equal competitor opportunity. There were, of course, this year, there was to say the very least, a very big problem with I won't say what organizations were responsible. We all know that the Chinese players got totally boned. There's no getting around it. I'll say it. But this is not necessarily just about the Chinese competitors. This is also about people from Australia, people from the Philippines, people from Taiwan, mainland China, Hong Kong, Thailand, anywhere else in Southeast Asia, or hell, even other places, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, um, Iran, getting a chance to compete in competitive international StarCraft 2. There was actually a guy from Iran who was supposed to go to the mixed martial arts tournament in South Korea, or excuse me, the Asian Indoor Martial Arts Tournament in South Korea, but he couldn't get there because of visa issues. But I guess we could just kind of drop that for a minute and go on to the next thing. That's basically the whole reason why I brought you guys to watching this video. This is the big question that I'm sure everybody has. What if GSL Code S Koreans enter the fourth WCS regions WCS 2014? Truth be told, I can't stop anyone from trying to enter it, but of course, this is where I'm hoping Blizzard will actually try to step in and say, hey guys, nobody from outside of these regions would be allowed to enter these regions' tournaments. That is to say, no one from North America, no one from Europe, no one from Korea would actually be able to enter this tournament that would contain everywhere from Iran to Australia on a geographic map, in terms of players, in terms of who can actually enter the tournament. So that's basically where I just coughed up that idea. And honestly, there's no way I can tell you this would actually work in and of itself. I'm not the guy who works at Blizzard. I can't tell you guys that it'll work for sure. It's just an idea that I came up with. Next concern that probably needs to be addressed is, what do we call this region? This is a very simple one. I think we could just call it this: states of protected interests. I say this for the essence that, like, basically, I won't say StarCraft 2 in Australia is non existent. I won't say StarCraft 2 in China is non existent. And StarCraft 2 in Taiwan is far from non existent. We've had two Taiwanese WCSNA competitors this time around, but don't get me started on them. But, and of course, there is Tilia, a very strong New Zealand random player, amazingly enough. Not everyone can do that. But of course, honestly, the whole reason why I decided to do this is because there's like really no other way to call it, just states of protected interest, places where we want to see esports grow, and the WCS 4th region would cater to, say, all of these hometown heroes becoming pro gamers. I, before this WCS season, had never heard of Tilia. Before last year's WCS, I had never heard of Red Archon. So these are just ideas. And Red Archon was, of course, a pro gamer from Thailand. And I think that just about does it. Again, I'm not pro advocate of this or that, but I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this up, and I think this is something that we could all see. Oh yes, this is something that I forgot to bring up actually. The whole reason I think, basically the best place to kind of hold this WCS would probably be, I'd say, for the sake of internationalization, I want to propose that we make, Taipei, if not Hong Kong, one of the two host regions. If not, even Macau would be nice. But the reason why I say Hong Kong is for the very simple fact that it would be, I would say that China is a huge player in and of these regions, and it would actually be easier for the players from, say, wherever in mainland China, as well as Taiwan, to actually get to Hong Kong. The Hong Kong esports tournament just got concluded a few days ago. I think it was 3 or 4 ago. And where was it? Or what was it? Oh yes, Max said is now in the process of applying for basically a visa, if you will, to go to Hong Kong. I'm not entirely sure how the entire what's the word I'm looking for? How the entire immigration process works, getting from mainland China to Hong Kong. But of course, it should be much, much easier than, say, North America, obviously. The problem is we need to make a region to cater to these players. But that's about all I've got for now. Also, let me go ahead and see if let's just look and see how many countries there are between Europe, if you will, and Australia. Wow. Okay, Saudi Arabia, where's Iran and all those other places? I couldn't imagine anyone who plays StarCraft out in all these deserts, but this is actually a lot of geography once you examine it that is being neglected from the StarCraft 2 scene. India is host to 1 billion people, but I have yet to hear of an Indian StarCraft 2 scene, to be quite honest. But yeah, that's all I've got. This is for basically the protected interests of globalizing esports and trying to make it a competitive platform. Something, I really want to see. I really want to see players from all over the globe able to get a visa to the U.S. to compete in future WCS events. But overall, if you guys liked what you saw here today, I guess just go ahead and show this video to whoever, retweet it on Twitter. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Thanks for tuning in, guys.